Some news just coming in. Udaipur accused have been beaten up in the Jaipur court is what we are learning. These are pictures coming in of the Udaipur murder accused being beaten up in the court. Kanhaiya's murderers have been beaten up in court. These are visuals, in fact, of the police trying to take away the accused in this case. These are exclusive pictures that India Today has accessed. The Hindu Taylor murderers have been thrashed right outside the Jaipur court where they were produced. These are pictures of the accused being beaten up in court, right outside the court. Now, they've been taken away by the police, but not before they were thrashed by the people there. These are, in fact, the accused in the horrific murder of Kanhaiya Lal, a tailor who was brutally murdered, beheaded for his comments in favor of Nupur Sharma, the former BJP spokesperson, who in fact made controversial statements during a television news debate against Prophet Muhammad. Devankur has the very latest, getting us more on what really has happened as we stay with these pictures of chaos and mayhem, of the accused there being beaten up by the people, the ire of the public, the anger really, Dave, on full display. Devankur is getting us more details on what really has happened outside the court in Jaipur. Yes, Dev.
Good evening, Sneha. I can tell you that there has been seething, simmering anger amongst people after the heinous murderous act that was carried out in Udaipur on June 28th. Thereafter, in several places of Rajasthan, there have been protests. And what has actually happened today is that when these people, the accused, the butcherers of the 28th June murderous attack on Kanhaiya Lal were produced in the court in Jaipur, the NIA had brought them to the court. While they were being taken out from the court premises, several people, several bystanders had besieged these accused, and they were badly thrashed. They were thrashed. There had been, in several places when they were earlier produced in Udaipur. At that time also, these accused were gherawed by members of the public, and there were attempts at thrashing them. Firstly in Udaipur, and today what has actually happened is that inside the court in Jaipur, these accused were besieged by bystanders, by members of the public, and they were brutally, badly assaulted by these members out there. And there has been intelligence inputs that these people could be badly beaten by the public. There has been seething, as I mentioned, seething rage in the aftermath of the brutal murderous attack on Kanhaiya Lal, which resulted in his death, and that is why they were shifted from Udaipur Central Jail to Ajmer High Security Central Jail. But today, as they were being produced in the Jaipur court by the NIA, while they were being taken out from the court, the members of the public gherawed them and thrashed them badly. The NIA is investigating the entire matter, Sneha, and it's trying to link the connection between these two people and the rest of the accused. What were the accomplices doing? Were they also responsible for any other aspect apart from providing the logistics, the role of the Pakistani connection? Because what has also been mentioned is that the handler in Pakistan who was communicating with Mohammed Riaz and Ghaus Mohammed, those numbers are still active. And in the aftermath of the incident in Amravati, the person who, the victim in that case has also died. So the NIA is trying to establish whether there is a larger module, whether there is a larger conspiracy to it, and whether there was an attempt to indoctrinate at a mass level and thereafter foment trouble or riots across the country. Sneha.
Well, yes, absolutely. We are putting out these pictures of the accused there who've been beaten up by the police, and by the people there, with the police trying to take them away now. And the links with Pakistani handlers is also being looked into. These are the accused on your screens, accused of murdering, butchering, beheading Kanhaiya Lal, who had put out comments in favor of Nupur Sharma, who was backing Nupur Sharma and was brutally beheaded. Kanhaiya Lal, a tailor in Udaipur, was brutally beheaded allegedly by these men on your screen, who are being beaten up by the public right outside the court. The NIA now has the custody. and their links with Pakistani handlers also, and the role of international agencies is also now being closely looked into, given that there is a sense that there could be a larger conspiracy behind all of this. Dave.
Oh, absolutely, Sneha. That is why the National Investigation Agency jumped onto the investigation bandwagon right from the day after the day of the murderous attack on Kanhaiya Lal. It had been trying to establish for how long the recce had been going on, for how long the accused in the case, that is Mohammed Riaz and Ghaus Mohammed, had been wrecking the area. Were there attempts to, attack him at his home also, because we know for a fact that that a woman, a burqa-clad woman and a male person had visited the shop a few days prior to the murderous attack, and thereafter when the attack was carried out, it was something which the accused really want to film, really wanted to, make it viral, to ensure that there was a chilling message that was sent across, that whosoever does not agree with their fanatic ideology will be made to think that this kind of a fate can be meted out to that person also. So that is the attempt by these fanatics, which was made through releasing and making the video viral. What the NIA is also trying to establish, Sneha, is that whether these people had links with members with other members who were followers or who believed in Dawat-e-Islam, which is considered to be a fanatic outfit based in Pakistan, whether these people in India had some interlinked connection amidst themselves, and were they communicating amidst themselves as well. There is a lot of material that NIA has reportedly laid its hands upon, and it's not just the National Investigation Agency which is looking into the entire matter and the material related to it. It is also the Rajasthan anti-terrorist squad which is also looking into the entire matter, and in fact the ATS has released a note mentioning that it is premature to say that there is no terror connection in this entire case, as the investigations are still at a preliminary stage. And Sneha, even as I speak, the NIA can, make more arrests in the case, or the investigating agencies can ensure that more people are apprehended, so that there is a foolproof case in a court of law, so that the guilty people do not go scot-free. Sneha.
Devankur, thanks for getting us all of those details. Pictures of the accused in the Udaipur beheading case have been beaten up by the people right outside the Jaipur court.